Get Ready Unlimited presents to you your boy, the Doordash Revolution, and also take it to the streets live. In today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk about what happens when Grubhub customers enter the wrong address. Join me as I test what really happens when a Grubhub customer accidentally enters the wrong address. Entering the wrong address is a pretty common mistake that causes a lot of frustrations for both customers and delivery drivers. So let's dive into what actually happens when this mistake occurs. When a customer enters the wrong address, it can lead to delayed deliveries, which is frustrating for everyone involved. Delivery drivers have to waste time trying to figure out where the correct address is, and customers are left waiting for their food, getting hungrier by the minute. This can also lead to a negative experience for the customer, which can harm the reputation of the restaurant and the delivery service. Customers who enter the wrong address may not even realize their mistake until the delivery driver tries to contact them to clarify the address. This can cause even more delays as the driver has to wait for the customer to respond and provide the correct address. The customer may also be charged additional fees for the extra time the delivery driver has to spend trying to deliver their order. So let's go ahead and talk about my situation that happened on the platform, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, this customer, JA, I'm just throwing initial out there, but that's not the customer name. She ordered from Chick-fil-A. And what happened is that she sent the order to her old address. She tried to put in the new address, but somehow it didn't work. I didn't know that this was one of my regular clients that was the mistake she made. I go to the old address, which is the original address that was in the app. Called her to get the gate code. She was like, that's the wrong address. I put a new address in there. So a lot of drivers wouldn't have taken that order to that lady. They probably would have said, look, I'm not able to take it to the new address that you gave me. I'm only obligated to take it to this address. What I did was I wanted to see how this play out so we can be able to share this experience with you. I wanted to see how this would play out. So I went ahead and said, suppose this lady handicapped. Suppose she's elderly. And she don't have no way to actually get the food. Plus, she was a repeated client. A repeated client that tipped pretty well. So sometimes she would tip good, and then sometimes she didn't have it. She wouldn't tip. That was understandable because she was one of my repeated clients. And I know clients can't tip the same every time they on the platform. So I asked her what was their address. Found out their address was an additional 9 miles, which is now added to this delivery. I told her that I would still deliver it to her. I went ahead and I called the driver care specialist. Told them what the situation was. Let them know that this customer had a new address. She tried to implement it in the app, but somehow it didn't take the address. So what I went ahead and did, ladies and gentlemen, I let them know that I would go ahead and still take it because I was asked, would you still take the order to the customer, or do you refuse to take the order? I told them I'll go ahead and take the order. I wanted to see about the situation. I wanted to see what this situation play out. Plus, I let them know that this was one of my repeated clients and one of my good customers. So I want to do the due diligence to see this order all the way through to its complete. So the driver care specialist let me know at that moment that, you go ahead and do that and call us once you get there, and we will, pay you for the additional miles going there. So I reached back out to the customer, via text message and phone call, verifying was that the correct address, and also getting the customer to comply to, yes, this is the address that has been changed from the original address. So we go ahead and we proceed the direction. I also asked driver care specialist, I said, I'm getting notifications saying that I'm not going in the right direction, that it's a possibility that I might get a contract violation by informing you of the situation of this delivery. Would I still get penalized, with a contract violation? They assured me that I wouldn't get a penalty for a account violation. So we went ahead, ladies and gentlemen, we drove the 9 miles. We finally got there. We talked to the customer and everything, and she was moving. You could see the new moving truck there. She was moving in a new neighborhood and everything. And the movers was like, she was looking for you. She asked you to come in, meet her at the garage. So I went ahead and met her at the garage. Sure enough, she was an elderly lady, 80, 85 years old. And she said, I appreciate you so much for bringing the order and everything. I said, I understood the situation. And I said, congratulations on your new home that you moved in. Customer gave me an additional $7 tip for doing it behind a $12 tip that she had already put in the app. She went ahead and gave me the additional $7, tip as well. Grubhub also paid me for them extra miles as well. So this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's all about right now, ladies and gentlemen, that we have to take the due diligence to help out our clients, help out our customers. Delivery drivers can face a lot of challenges when dealing with incorrect addresses, including waste time and fuel, as they have to drive around trying to find the correct location. This can also lead to a higher stress level for the drivers, as they have to deal with frustrated customers and try to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. The driver may also have to deal with the traffic and the obstacles while trying to deliver the order, which can make situations even more challenging. In some cases, a wrong address can lead to a delivery driver getting lost in an unfamiliar neighborhood, which can be really frustrating for both the driver and the customer. The driver may have to spend a lot of time trying to find the correct address, and the customer may be left waiting for hours for their food to arrive. This can especially be problematic in areas with heavy traffic and limited parking. That's the reason why a lot of drivers would not have taken the order. The reason why I told you earlier in this video that I took the order is because it was a repeated client and one of my best paying clients as well. So there are many scenarios when a wrong address has caused problems, such as when a customer enters an address that doesn't exist, or when a driver gets sent to the wrong side of town. In these situations, the customer may not receive their order at all, or they may receive it hours late, which can be really disappointing. So some customers have even reported receiving their orders at the wrong address, which can be really frustrating, especially if they were counting on receiving their food at a specific time. So customers, the reason why I did this video, so you can get behind the scene information on dealing with, making sure you got the right information on your Grubhub app. Here are some suggestions. One surprising solution to avoid entering the wrong address is to use the GPS feature on the Grubhub app, which allows customers to select the location from the map. This can help ensure that the customer enters the correct address, and it can also help the driver find the location more easier. Customers can also double check their addresses before submitting their order to make sure everything is correct. Using the GPS feature can save a lot of time and hassle for both customers and drivers, and it can help prevent delayed deliveries and frustrated customers. By taking a few extra seconds to double check their addresses, customers can help ensure that their orders is delivered quickly and efficiently. This can also help to reduce stress and anxiety for both customers and drivers, as everyone knows exactly where the order is going. Another tip for avoiding wrong addresses is to make sure to include any relevant details, such as the apartment numbers, building names, to help the driver find the location more easily. Customers can also contact the restaurant or the delivery service directly if they have any questions or concerns about their order, which can help to resolve any issues quickly and efficiently. So, a wrong address can have serious consequences, but by being aware of the potential issues and taking the steps to prevent them, customers can help ensure a smooth delivery experience. Remember to always double check your addresses before submitting your order and consider using the GPS feature to select your location from the map. In summary, entering the wrong address can cause a lot of problems for customers and delivery drivers. But by being aware of the potential issues and taking steps to prevent them, we can all help to ensure a smooth delivery experience. Now, if you had an experience with a wrong address, share it with me in the comments below. And don't forget to check out my other videos for more tips and strategies. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking the time to look at this video. And customers, I thought that I would do a video dedicated to you when we have a situation dealing with the wrong address. Follow these steps that I had put in this video, and it should help, customers as well as drivers bring you a seamless delivery. Peace. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in the next video.